Look at that. It actually tastes pretty good and it's really healthy as well.
So I suppose this is my life now. I just got out of Kohl's, shopping for like groceries. I'm gonna meal prep again for this week. And I don't have a bicycle or anything or any sort of vehicle, so I have to walk every step of the way. Oh man. I'm much more used to having a car at least. And then I can at least drive around and go to other places and find cheaper options. But here, like, I'm kind of restricted to just Kohl's. But it's okay though, I think it's fine for now at least. I really gotta find a way to get around much more quickly. I think a bicycle will be a good start, to be honest. I can get one off of Facebook Marketplace for about less than $100, maybe like $70 to $50. I gotta find one though. So before then, I'm gonna have to walk everywhere. Even walking to my desk to uni, like walking or like just commuting, will take like half an hour. But if I ride on a bike, it'll take like 17 minutes according to Google Maps. So a bike is probably on the priority list. So this is 1 kilo of minced beef for $6. Really cheap. This is how big the block is. This tall as well. This tall, this breadth, and this length. It's only $6, but the catch is that it's expiring today. So I bought it right away and I got like 6 meals worth of beef for $12. It's super cheap. Look at that. Holy damn. Okay, so rice plus minced beef plus some salad and some carrots. $3.33 a meal. Whew, not too bad. The climbing gym for the third day in a row because I have 2 weeks free. Yeah, so I think I'm coming again tomorrow, probably. It's a fun session. Oh man. Free pizza. Thank you. Ah yes, free pizza. So many postgrads here. Hello. 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 Boom. So for my PhD topic, I'm actually working on the fluid dynamics of coronary arteries of the heart when they are blocked. Actually, it's really related to cardiovascular disease essentially, and it's the number one cause of death in the world. And my specific area of study is something called coronary heart disease. So on your heart, you have 3 major arteries that run along the surface of the heart. And quite often, these arteries, as people age especially, these arteries get blocked. And that is a major cause of death for quite a few people across the world. Especially in Australia. I think Australia has a pretty high statistic in this, especially for, I think, people who are aged 45 to 60-ish. That age group, that's the number one cause of death. But anyways, so just some thoughts on this whole thing. I think it's a really exciting topic, to be honest with you. And it's quite a multidisciplinary project. There's a lot of cardiology involved, there's a lot of fluid dynamics, there's a lot of biochemistry. I have to understand all sorts of different topics all at once. And just throwing out some thoughts into the void there. I'm currently trying to find where I can fit my research in. And I do have like a general direction that my supervisor gave me, which is we're studying the fluid dynamics of tandem lesions in coronary arteries, and which essentially means two lesions in the same artery and how the blood flows. What is the blood flow physics of that? And the thing is that a lot of people, this has been a very well studied topic actually, and it's only recently that relatively recently that fluid dynamics is coming in, and we're using CFD and experimental methods to really investigate the flow physics. And just some thoughts that there are quite a few papers, and I'm looking through all of them. So I just have so many things. Like, I think one of the most important thing that we have to investigate is the progression of these lesions, and especially in the context of having two of them at once in the same artery. How do they progress? And some of my thoughts also sometimes shift the, well, what's the solution? Should we stent one or stent both of them? And at the same time, we're not only talking about growth, but this paper that I'm reading right now is talking about how sudden cardiac arrest could occur because one of these lesions breaks off all of a sudden, and they're investigating the flow dynamics of why that happens, especially in the tandem arrangement. I guess I'm just mumbling at this point, but hopefully I'll be able to explain it better to you guys in the coming days. There's just so many different directions I could go in, and it's a really complex topic. It's a really difficult topic, but honestly, I genuinely enjoy this. I really find working on this fun. I find it really fun to read all of these papers, to write, to take notes, and to try and come up with insights and solutions, and then plan my own experiments. And then, yeah, I really love doing research, and that's probably one of the main reason why I'm doing this PhD. And well, not only that, but this is a very important problem to solve, and it's going to become more prevalent in the coming days, probably as the life expectancy continues to rise across the globe. So yeah, I'm not gonna yap for too long. This is what I'm working on. So this is my desk. Got 3 screens working at the same time. There's so many people in this gym. This is my whey protein and Greek yogurt mix. The whey protein smells pretty nice actually. I got it for like $25, and it says it has 14 serves, but that's if you take 2 scoops at once. So in reality, it actually has like 28 serves. So it's about $1 for a scoop. Yeah, and that's the protein powder on top. I'm gonna mix it with the Greek yogurt. I think this gives me about 30 grams of protein. To warm up our food every day. Oopsie. I guess this is my daily ritual now. Wash my fork and spoon and plate and get a cup of free coffee. And all this free food. I was told to come up to level 7 because there's free food. This is for our MMPE. What's this? Is this? Oh, this is beef. Is it?
Cheese. Where did it go?
Wow.
Halloumi?
It's bread as well.
Veg.
ये कैसे खाने लगता है?
Like cheese.
Damn. Man, look at that. So much meat. Oh, okay, I'm at Aldi today. And let's see how low the prices are here. Surprisingly, it's slightly cheaper, more expensive than Kohl's, but probably because the meat that I get at Kohl's are gonna expire on the day that I look at the price tag, so that's probably why they dropped the price, because it was gonna expire anyways on that day. But yeah, in general, it's alright, it's not too bad. Alright, so this is the Urban Climb fitness space, the gym. I've never been in here before. Should be fun. It's a nice space. It was the gym just now. Pretty nice gym. I think that mostly for calisthenics it's pretty complete. It has most of the stuff that I need actually. The only thing that is lacking is like a nice sprinting kind of treadmill, but I think that's fine. They have a sort of like a bicycle fan kind of thing. The one that I used to use a little bit when I was still doing MMA, but that one's really exhausting. But yeah, pretty good gym. I think I might be really enticed to buy the membership.
But it's a pleasure to have you here this afternoon for Roshan's final seminar. I've known Roshan for many years. First, he was one of my students in the undergraduate medical engineering program, I think back in 2015, something like that. Our involvement deepened a little bit then. He became involved in a program that I was coordinating at the time, the Stanford India Biodesign program that QT was a member of. And so he spent a year doing that fellowship training in India, developing a medical device. And then several years after that, when I was embarking on my own journey of developing the biphasic plate, together with the AO Foundation, we needed support in our engineering team, and I reached out to Roshan, and he joined us, I think, in around 2017, 2018 on that project. He's been with us ever since, very involved in performing a lot of the work that led to the development of this version of the plate, which is in clinical use today, bringing his finite element knowledge and deepening it through that. And then we also had the opportunity to build on that device development and extend it into the research domain, for which now he's going to present his final thesis, and I'll leave him to introduce the topics that he's covered and the work that's been done. So take it away, thank you.
Thank you, Divakar. I think that's the first time someone has introduced me. Thank you very much. So thank you all for being here today, especially to the examination panel, Professor Pavonka and Professor Lee, for agreeing to review my work and be here today, as well as my fellow colleagues from the room below. As Divakar mentioned, I've been really fortunate enough to be able to have contributed to the development of the biphasic plate, from the concept to where it is today. And today's presentation is really about providing a summary of what I've been doing over the past couple of years. So for those of you that do not know, what the biphasic plate is, it is a medical device that is used for treating bone fractures. That's treated and currently it is in use in Europe. As a distal femur version of it is available in Europe. As for the content of the plate, and it was during this time where there were a few research questions that came up, and that led me to pursuing a PhD. That led me to pursuing the PhD. Before of the project, it was all about making sure that I can improve the life of not 100 people, but maybe one person. So that was really the motivation behind everything that I've done until now. So thank you very much. And any questions?
Now try to even focus on your face and.
So that's the end of the first official week since my commencement. Well, actually, I started on Monday. I don't know what's wrong with my English. I don't know why I can't seem to. You know what? I'm probably just tired. It's the end of the first official week, and a lot of things have happened since I first started. I'm here standing on one of the bridges just outside the QUT campus. It's quite a nice view actually, come to think of it, and it's pretty chill just standing over here. Today I attended the final seminar for one of my colleagues today, and he was working on the biphasic plates. And I've been spending a lot of time reading about the biochemistry aspect of my work. It's really complicated, and there's so many, there's a lot of biology and chemistry involved. So I gotta learn all of that. I think it's pretty interesting still, And the idea is that I'm trying to find a very solid link. I'm trying to establish a very solid link between mechanical factors such as shear stress and pressure in the blood to, disease progression. And typically that would, entail a lot of biology as well. And yeah, I'm not really doing a good job of explaining what I'm trying to do this week, but essentially I'm just getting started. We're still sort of like in the warm-up phase, but I'm still pretty excited for this study, for this project, and I can see it going pretty far, and I really want to have a big impact on, especially, I want to help at least somebody, at least one or two people. Maybe there might be some clinical trials later on during the PhD. I don't know, but I suppose that is also quite subject to how well I progress throughout the entire thing. So, yeah, it's been a pretty cool week, and I'm just standing here enjoying the view. I don't know if you can see, that's the backside over there, and yeah. And of course, we can't end the week without a climb. It's so cute, it's so small. Beep, beep, beep.
Well, I mean, sure, just choose what you want. Like it's a figure to you. Oh man.
Last but not least, this is my meal prep for the whole week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And this is for dinner tonight. Yeah, spaghetti. There's two different configurations. There's spaghetti and chicken inside here, rotisserie chicken, don't know how to pronounce it. And then I also made like 3 kilos of like minced pork and minced beef somewhere inside here. Yeah, and the cost is about $4 per meal, so that's pretty good. It's gonna last me the whole week. Yeah, and it took me about 5 hours to make all of this, to go and buy the groceries and everything, and then bring it back, haul it back, and then cook everything and clean everything. Yeah, a lot of work, but I think it's worth it.